Good evening, welcome back to Saving Miller. It's a nice evening on the farm. The mini farmer is taking care of her tomatoes here. These are some interesting little pear tomatoes. I don't know if you can see them in there. Just like a tiny little spiky tomato. So we have to water these, and the mini farmer enjoys that a lot. This week we've been busy. We painted the trim after we got the flooring done. So I'll show you what one of the rooms looks like here. We went through the house and installed new doors. Most of the doors were pretty broken up here. So the doors haven't been painted yet, but we painted the trim and installed it this past week. And the flooring in here is complete. Hopefully you can kind of see what it looks like here. The lighting's a little bit difficult. And then we were able to find this reclaimed vanity. It's a piece of furniture. The lighting's pretty poor there, but we're going to install that here in the master bath. It's going to look much better than the old one that we tore out, which you saw just a few seconds ago. So the trim that we decided to put in the house here is pretty wide, and we actually had this milled at one of the local lumber yards. This is poplar, pretty high quality stuff. It's nice and hard. The difficulty here is with the baseboard. So this cope is kind of a nightmare. I've never really cut a cope that complex before, and my coping saw was pretty dull. So a lot of challenges there. That cope probably took a good 20 minutes. So that's not really sustainable. So I actually used the bandsaw on part of it, and it's kind of a first for me. I actually cut a cope with a bandsaw. But that's the way that a joint is supposed to be cut when you're doing baseboard, and there's a finished cut. There's nothing painted there, there's nothing caulked. That's the way a coped corner is supposed to look. And that's the way a mitered corner on the casing is supposed to look. So we've really enjoyed doing this on this house. This door actually I had to correct. There were a lot of issues with it. It was sagging. So that gives you an idea of the things we've been doing inside the house. Also, I'll show you the bathroom here quickly. So this bathroom was really no good the way it was. It needs quite a bit of work, and so our goal was to get this demoed to this state before we move in so we can get most of the dust out of here. Now I ran into a major problem here on the floor. So there was tile in here, and whoever installed the tile did the job correctly, and the thin set was really well bonded to the floor. So it has been a nightmare getting that thin set off. You can see I'm about half finished with it, but there's still quite a ways to go. Kind of have to chip at it and grind it a bit and scrape away, and it makes a lot of dust. So I want to get that done as soon as possible. Also, I wanted to point out something here that really impressed me. We have copper plumbing here, and the people who installed this did it right. So they wrapped the copper before they put it underground, so it all goes under the slab. So whoever the plumbers were here did an excellent job. I was very impressed, very happy to see that they had wrapped that. They did all of it here, out in the garage where they installed some. So very happy to see that. We do have some extra tile that we're going to use out here. So here's where we tore out. There was a little pantry in this box right here. So we tore that out, and we tore out the wall. You can see where the wall used to be, and the line down the ceiling there. We tore that out because it really closed off the two rooms here. And now we've got an open view from the kitchen on both sides. So just really opened the space up, made it nice out here. The kitchen still needs a lot of work, but we'll live with it for a while. The grass in the front yard has been struggling. Oh, I should show you the door. So the door has a little peephole in it so you can see outside. There we go. So that's a little unique touch that I appreciated here. So the grass is doing better up here, but we do have to water this fairly frequently, and it's slowly recovering. I don't think it got enough water this spring. So soon here he'll be ready to mow, and we need to do some work on the roses. But this just gives you an idea of what we've been doing as far as construction over the past couple of weeks, what we've been doing inside the house. So this is the front yard here. We really love this space, and spend our time recovering from our efforts here. Next week we plan to water again over the weekend, so hopefully I can get some video of that process. It'll be really interesting. So until then, Saving Miller out.